Tomi, what led to that bashing on The View?
Well, there is a woman over the weekend who took it upon herself to research my family history in hopes of digging up some kind of a gotcha moment, a gotcha angle to validate illegal immigration and open borders. And what she found was really shocking, guys. She found that my family who came here in the 1800s from Norway and Germany, that they spoke Norwegian and German.
Okay.
And really what she did is prove that my family came here legally, but what she was hoping to do was try to call me a hypocrite for believing in merit-based immigration.
Girl really thought she was about to deliver a career-ending mic drop on Tomi Lahren. Instead, she served up a golden platter of political talking points, like a clumsy butler at a royal wedding. It started all serious borders, laws, grown-up talk. Then bam, Sunny whipped out dusty census receipts like she was about to expose a dark secret. "Your great-great-grandma didn't speak English," she screamed, chest puffed like she just found Al Capone's vault. Baby girl, please, that ain't a policy point, that's desperate housewives energy.
Second great-grandmother had been here for 10 years, yet spoke no English. Oh my gosh. 1930 census says Tommy's 3 times great-grandmother had been here for 41 years and still spoke German. She didn't speak English either.
But Tomi, cool as a frozen martini, didn't blink, didn't twitch. Might have been the Botox, but honestly, it was pure queen behavior. She just smiled, adjusted her ponytail, and absolutely yeeted Sunny's gotcha moment straight into a history lesson on legal immigration. Savage. Meanwhile, Sunny's face was doing Olympic-level gymnastics trying to recover. Watching her realize she handed Tomi a free immigration soapbox was like seeing someone throw a boomerang and get clocked straight between the eyes 5 seconds later. Chef's kiss. And just when you thought the cringe couldn't get thicker, Greg Gutfeld swoops in, roasting Sunny like it was the 4th of July. Mocked her family detective act and basically said, "Sis, unless your ancestors walked in carrying an American flag and a Merriam-Webster dictionary, maybe sit this one out." Ouch. Twitter? Oh, Twitter exploded meme wars. Screaming caps locked dissertations. Everybody suddenly became an Ellis Island scholar with Google and bad opinions. One second it's immigration talk. Next second it's, "Your ancestors ate sauerkraut, check yourself." At the end of the day, Sunny didn't expose Tomi. She exposed herself. Dragging someone's dead relatives into a border debate? That's not a mic drop, honey. That's a faceplant in designer heels. The second Sunny Hostin tried to weaponize Tomi Lahren's great-great-grandma's English skills, the whole show nosedived faster than a drunk uncle at Thanksgiving dinner. Producers were probably sweating through their headsets, praying for the sweet mercy of a commercial break. Viewers at home? Stuck wondering if they'd accidentally tuned into Real Housewives Capitol Hill. Sunny thought she was pulling off a bold political takedown. Instead, she personalized the debate so hard, she basically rebranded herself as the main character in her own live-action flop. Meanwhile, Tomi sat there, cooler than a Chick-fil-A lemonade, locked into her talking points like she'd carved them into stone tablets that morning. Legal immigration good. Guilt trips bad. Simple. Cold. Deadly. Twitter split faster than a bad spray tan in August. Tomi's fans crowned her the queen of controlled chaos, while Sunny's corner handed out participation trophies for effort. Half the internet tried turning merit-based immigration into a full-blown therapy session, while the rest of us just begged someone, anyone, to stop using Ancestry charts like weapons of mass distraction. Then Sunny made it personal. She dragged skin color into the mix, accusing Tomi of parroting her husband's views like some Stepford wife for racists. Baby, what are we doing here? If you have to accuse someone's spouse to win an argument, you've already packed your emotional bags and moved into Loserville. The wildest part? Tomi didn't even have to throw hands. She just let Sunny implode in slow motion, nodding politely like she was watching a child set up a lemonade stand during a hurricane.
It's about you that bothers him so much.
Well, it's not just me, it's anybody who advocates for merit-based immigration or has an issue with open borders. And again, just like you said, they don't seem to understand that we on the right believe in immigration. We understand that we are a nation of immigrants, and I am proud of my heritage. However, I do believe that the immigration crisis of today is apples to oranges from what it was in the 1800s when immigrants came to this country legally, were documented, worked for for themselves, asked for nothing, and built a life and a family. That has nothing to do with the illegal immigration crisis of today that we must deal with. But they don't want to acknowledge that.
Yelling, no memes, just cold-blooded TED Talk energy about the American dream and merit-based immigration. By the time they cut to commercial, the green room must have smelled like desperation and regret. Even Joy Behar looked like she wanted to crawl into her coffee mug and disappear. Because when you aim for a viral moment and end up boosting your opponent's street cred instead, honey, you didn't just lose the debate. You lost the plot. Let's be real here. The second Sunny Hostin decided to pull up Tomi Lahren's family tree to land a cheap shot. She didn't make a point, she set the whole conversation on fire and danced in the ashes. Immigration isn't just policy. It's personal. It's raw. It's about family, fear, and the quest for belonging. But instead of diving into those real issues, Sunny thought she could throw a little ancestry grenade at Tomi, and that would be the mic drop. Wrong move. Here's where it gets wild. Sunny, the queen of woke politics and reparations, had a little ancestry bomb of her own. She's a descendant of European slave owners. Yep, turns out the woman who spends her days calling out white privilege has some very privileged roots herself. Cue the fallout. Think pieces dropped faster than TikToks? Some crowned her a truth warrior, while others said she went too far sharper than Meghan McCain's eyeliner at brunch. Meanwhile, Tomi, she turned Sunny's low blow into a free press campaign. Hit the interview circuit, dropped some Lady Liberty memes, and transformed the whole debacle into a political ad. Zero sweat, all clout. And don't even get me started on Greg Gutfeld. Classic Gutfeld. Not only did he roast Sunny's weak ancestry attack, he turned it into a full-on comedy show. Girl, you're gonna dig into someone else's family tree when your own's got a few skeletons dancing in it? Ouch. Gutfeld's burn was clean, crisp, and aimed right at Sunny's hypocrisy. He hit her with the ultimate jab. If you're gonna play the family detective, better make sure your own ancestors didn't make a cameo in the wrong chapter of history. Twitter lit up like a 4th of July sparklers show, and it wasn't pretty. At the end of the day, The View's political segments have evolved into one big performance, and facts are optional. Drama, non-negotiable. The second you make the fight personal, you've lost the point, and in this case, Sunny got handed a front-row seat to Tomi's political masterclass. Sunny tried to bring the heat with her classic emotional appeal, dragging Tomi's ancestry into the ring like it was some kind of knockout punch. But the second she made it personal, it all unraveled. Instead of addressing the real, raw issues of immigration, the struggle, the fear, the dreams, Sunny turned the conversation into a petty family tree dig. And honestly, it was cringeworthy. You could hear the collective eye roll across the nation. But let's get real for a second. This wasn't a real debate about immigration. The only thing that mattered was who could land the most epic clapback. Forget policy. Forget real reform. Forget the lives of millions of immigrants trying to navigate the system. What we witnessed wasn't political commentary. It was political theater at its finest. A made-for-TV spectacle with perfect sound bites, applause signs, and commercials in between the chaos. Because that's the game now, right? It's not about understanding issues, it's about who can make the loudest noise and get the most clicks. We're no longer debating policy in America. We're watching a reality show where everything is performative, everything is about virality, and the stakes are about trending, not about fixing the broken system. And the crazy thing is, Sunny and Tomi weren't even arguing policy. Sunny brought the feels, Tomi brought the facts. But the real takeaway? We're left with nothing but viral clips and hot takes. It's not about brains over buzz anymore. It's about getting the best mic drop, and hey, the loudest doesn't always mean the smartest. So, who won? Well, if we're talking about viral impact, Tomi's definitely sitting on top. In the end, we learned absolutely nothing about immigration, but we sure learned a lot about the game of political entertainment, and The View. They'll keep playing because why bother raising the bar when you can just keep setting it on fire?